I've always been fascinated by the limits of technology, especially when it comes to transportation. These aren't just far-fetched concepts from science fiction. They're real ideas that scientists and engineers have seriously considered. Sometimes, the most exciting innovations are the ones we decide to leave on the drawing board. And trust me, these are some doozies. First up, something that might sound like it's straight out of a Cold War fever dream: nuclear-powered aircraft. The idea was simple: use a nuclear reactor to power an airplane, giving it virtually unlimited range. But as you might guess, flying around with an active nuclear reactor had some, let's call them challenges. I once spoke with a retired engineer who worked on these projects, and he told me the radiation shielding alone would have made the plane too heavy to fly. Some scientists and conspiracy theorists alike have long been captivated by the idea of anti-gravity propulsion. Imagine a vehicle that could simply negate the effects of gravity, floating effortlessly. Sounds amazing, right? Well, the laws of physics have other ideas. Despite numerous claims and patents, no one has ever demonstrated a working anti-gravity device. Now, what about teleportation? Surely that's the ultimate in transportation technology. Well, yes and no. Quantum teleportation is a real thing, but it's not quite what you see in Star Trek. We can teleport information about the quantum state of a particle, but not the particle itself. And when it comes to macroscopic objects like humans, we're not even close. But let's say we did develop a way to disassemble an object or person at one location and reassemble them at another. This is what we call matter transport, and it's even more problematic than teleportation. Think about it. You're essentially destroying the original and creating a copy. Are you still you? The ethical and philosophical implications are staggering. It's no wonder we've decided to stick with more conventional forms of travel, for now. Imagine a vehicle that could not only drive itself, but also make copies of itself. Sounds efficient, right? Well, autonomous, self-replicating vehicles are a bit too efficient. The fear is that they could spiral out of control, consuming resources at an exponential rate. It's like a mechanical version of the Grey Goose scenario in nanotechnology. On the other end of the spectrum, we have hypersonic passenger jets. These aren't science fiction. We've had the technology to build them for decades. So why aren't we zipping across the Atlantic in an hour? Well, traveling at 5 times the speed of sound comes with some extreme safety and security concerns. The heat generated at those speeds is intense. We're talking about temperatures that could melt conventional materials. And the sonic booms? They're not just loud, they're potentially devastating to structures on the ground. So, there you have it. 5 transport technologies that humanity has, for now, decided are better left unexplored. But I'm curious, if we could control the risks, which of these technologies would you want to see developed? Or is there another forbidden transport technology you think we should reconsider? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, just because we can build something doesn't always mean we should. But then again, that's what they said about the airplane, right? Who knows what the future holds?